Well, hi all. Today finds us hunkering down a bit. It's a bit breezy, forecast to be a bit blowy the next few days, so we're in a lovely little marina in Denmark. I'm just staying here for, I say, a few days till this windy stuff passes by. But these videos are a series showing the build and now the sea trials of this boat. She's a 31-foot 8-inch Benford, Jay Benford designed sailing dory, junk rigged, which is a little bit unusual, junk rigged schooner. And some 6 years ago I started building her, started lofting the lines out in the boat shed at home, cut and ply, so she's plywood hull, Douglas fir framed and completely self-built. And now, as I said earlier, we're now conducting sea trials. We've been out for about 5 weeks now. Hope to do another 5 weeks or so, give us 10 weeks total of sea trials in the Baltic Sea, around the Danish islands. We'll be heading back to northern Germany for the winter to do a few projects from what we've learned from these sea trials. And you know, it's been a good session, these 5 weeks so far. Learned a few things need, can be better, can be improved. Most of what I built back then is working splendidly though, but a few things that could be added to make life easier on board, most certainly. So that's what it's all about. Well, last week's video saw us sailing around to a little beach anchorage and we spent a day or two there enjoying ourselves, and then it was time to move on. And this week's been going to be very much about a couple of sailing trips we did. So we go firstly from Ærøskøbing, the beach anchorage aforementioned, on to an anchorage in a place called Hurup Harbour. Anchored there for the one night, and then we moved on from there up through the town of Sønderborg and up a narrow waterway called the Alsund, and crossed the Alsfjord to our next anchorage, and that's what you're going to see in this video. It was great, you know, I say sea trials ongoing. It's all about testing the boat in all sorts of situations, and we certainly did more of that. You steer as soon as you've got some steering, really. Downwind, at least. I've got to sort the anchor out in a bit. You were right there for a bit, didn't you?
Yeah.
I guess it might for a little while. No rush, is there?
Yesterday, 2 sails up, barely doing 2 knots. Today, 1 sail up, doing 2.1 knots.
Yeah. The hardest bit's getting the dinghy away. I'm not taking a dinghy next year. I'm buying a smaller and lighter one, that's for sure. Well, we haven't given him a name yet, do we, Violet, have we?
No. He needs a name.
Yeah, we think one can only be Bob, can't it? So we left Ærø, well, we're sailing alongside Ærø. It's Ærø that you see behind me, and we're heading over to the mainland, the bit that's joined to mainland Europe, Jutland. And there's a little inlet there called Harbour. We can go in there, not actually the marina, but in the anchorage there. So that means going up alongside Ærø, as you see, turning down the channel, which will be the small belt, and then turning again up towards the mainland. And our anchorage, I think it's about 30 miles. We're scooting along quite nicely. We're doing between 3.5 and 4 knots. Autopilot's on, so I haven't adjusted the intensity of the thing, so he's wandering a bit. But averaging the right course at least. And we're going well, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's a lovely day. It's a glorious day. It's a perfect day. Yeah, it really is. 21, 22 degrees forecast today. Blue sky, sun. This is delightful. I should take the tiller on a bit.
There's a sight you don't see often.
Me on the helm. Yeah, that's a rare one, isn't it? Yeah, we're ticking on quite nicely. What's that? 3.4. This is right at the second.
Yeah.
It's not fast, is it? But not a right lot of breeze. It's a light breeze, and I'm happy with that. We're getting along.
Yeah. Doing well, I think.
Yeah, me too. How fast are we going, Eves?
4.
4 knots. 4 knots. And we are wing on wing, look. Wing on wing. Dead downwind. And it's lovely when you get that set up. And she's picked right up. And just coming up to the point of Ærø there. Around that and turn off a bit more. Then the main will drive across, I imagine. But we're getting in there nicely. Beautiful lighthouse there, which I don't know, as I say so often, if you'll see on this little camera. I hope so. Lovely lighthouse. Yeah, 4.2 knots or so. Full sail. Beautiful day. Beauty, isn't it? Zuiderzee. The wind suddenly died. We're just sort of picking up again now. It's a little bit more forward of the beam now. We're picking up speed again. Making good progress. Making very good progress.
How far would you say we are? Halfway?
I would say we're more than halfway. But yeah, I'm always a bit optimistic about these things. So, yeah, a decent halfway. Yeah. Across the channel. Well, we're approaching our anchorage, aren't we?
Approaching?
Yeah, it's been a long day actually.
Yeah.
And blue sky sun, so that sort of takes it out of you a bit, doesn't it? Can't complain
Not
about a sunny.
complaining,
No, not at all. Not at all. But our anchorage is coming into sight, or at least the headland that we turn around is coming into sight. We're running downwind. Open a wind over the starboard quarter. Full sail, as we have been all day. So right now it's about 3.5 knots. Look. No, make that a bit smaller. We're going to come around and into here to anchor somewhere. So we're getting close. There's us there. Getting close. Isn't that a lovely noise? Here we are, in our little anchorage for the night. Quite deep here though, even though we're so close in, it's really quite deep, which is unusual for Denmark because it's generally quite a shallow place. But looks nice. What's in the cup then, Evie?
Oh. Gin and rhubarb and mainly sugar.
Yeah, it's a premix, and it's not that great, is it?
It's not that great. No. Less sugar, it would have been good.
Yeah, but the concept, gin and rhubarb's perfect.
Yeah.
In fact, I've made it myself, gin and rhubarb. Lovely. But that one isn't.
No. Has to be drunk though.
Yeah.
Can't just be tipping it over the side.
No, can't waste it. Right, so look, galley, a galley scene. There you go. Galley slate. Doing a bit of a Ruby Murray, mushroom curry. Got rice. So the stove's lit. Look at the stove. Mainly room for 2 pots, although you can squeeze a third one on there if you're lucky. It's not too big. So that works well. And in terms of workspace, there's plenty. It's clearly it's not as big as a kitchen, but then it's a boat. It's a 32-foot boat, doesn't it? So it's absolutely fine for working in. We've got the spices all up here, condiments there, the veg and whatever stored under the settee berths. Keep them cool under the waterline. Put those in there. So I'm just frying these off with some onion, ginger, garlic, a bit of chilli in there and some cardamoms. And then that's a bit of leftover tomato sauce from where we had enchiladas last time, which we baked in the oven, baked in the oven, works perfectly. So I'm going to just fry these off, chuck them in there, with a bit of vegetarian cream here that's going in there. This vegetarian cream, I know it sounds like a wacky concept. Vegan cream, yeah, vegan cream. It's really good for cooking with, really good. I actually prefer this to normal cream. Only cooking tips, there we go. You may disagree. But I do, anyhow. You can't disagree that I prefer it. So, just get them in there. They'll shrink down a bit like mushrooms always do. And you see, the galley works brilliantly for cooking, especially having an oven is a treat. It's a good oven. We baked bread. I said we did enchiladas. I made a cake on your birthday, didn't I? Mm-hmm. So, the oven works marvellously. Sink down. Yeah, I need to cook for a bit. And yeah, that's my galley scene really. It's all there and big enough to cook decent food in. So it's just mushrooms sort of ready to go in, aren't they? Get those in there. Sauce looks good. Right into the middle of the pan there, middle of the stove. Right, it's got the ginger and garlic and onion in there as well. Get all that in there. I really like these steel pans. Easy to get in Germany. You don't get them everywhere, but these stainless pans I bought off of Chandlery, from a Chandlery. The set of these nesting stainless pans, very nice. But these plain steel pans, I really like them. Really like them. I need to put it down somewhere. A bit of fresh coriander or cilantro, one or the other. Tiki. Yeah, cooking with Tony. And that looks lovely. Let me just give that a few minutes to blend a bit. And should be the bee's knees. Should lick this one. Creamy mushroom curry. It's delicious. It's hot, isn't it?
That's good.
It's good. Oh, it gets the nod of approval. Excellent work. Mushroomy, yeah. So it's the next morning. A little bit grey, a little bit foggy. I just wait for the sun to burn it off. But we're underway again. Just doing a short one today, 15-20 miles, something like that. Up a little channel called the Alsund, and then find an anchorage up the top of there. Breeze like that, gentle breeze. We're going dead downwind, just on foresail. We're doing best part of 4 knots, aren't we? And that seems to be a good way to go dead downwind with just the foresail if there's enough breeze to get a reasonable speed up. It's easy and comfortable and all very lovely, really, very nice. You know? Guess who's on the helm?
Surprise!
Yeah, bit of a grey day, as I say. I think it'll be sunny once the sun burns through this stuff. See if I'm able to zoom in on that, because it's a beautiful boat. I love the stern, the canoe stern on it. Beautiful. Let's see if this comes out on the camera, but it actually got some, I can't describe them as big waves, but we've got some waves today. And every now and again there's a bigger one. It's kind of nice. Don't drop the camera. Sønderborg, and we've got to wait for the bridge to open and let us through. Going backwards, long here, and we have steering. Yeah, not going back this time. Might be at 4 knots, mate. Yeah, it's lovely. This is us sailing up the Alsund, and now we're through the town of Sønderborg, which is a town, and now it's very rural and it's glorious. Have a look. It's a natural waterway. It's not a canal, even though it looks like a canal. It's just a narrow waterway. It's just wonderful and completely different to yesterday, where we did a lot of sort of bigger water area sailing. Nice. And there you go. That's it for this week. We'll be moving on, obviously from there, moving on towards the town of Alsund next week. Having a look around some more, trying a few more things out. The tiller pilot still needs a bit of practice. We've still, on some occasions it's working well. Other times we're not that happy with it in truth, but we'll keep at it. Thank you for watching. As ever, a massive thank you to the lovely people who support us on Patreon via PayPal. If you'd like to support the project from as little as $1 a month on the Patreon site, there are links to that in the video description. I try to get some extra videos up there every couple of weeks, so there's bits and pieces up there that may be of interest. Have a look, check it out. We'll see you next time. Bye.